Good evening.
And thank you so much for taking out the time today. You have a very, very busy schedule, and I really appreciate it. So, congratulations on your admit to ISB PGP. And we are taking over this discussion, for the purpose of understanding your journey as well as any tips that you would have to share for the future applicants. So, please tell us about your profile and how your MBA journey has been like. What should be a good timeline? Any other considerations that you feel that would be important for the future ISB applicants?
First of all, I would like to thank you because in my admit for the PGP of ISB, you have also played a pivotal role. Your guidance was very much required and important to me. So, talking about my profile, I'm a chemical engineering graduate from my background. I graduated from IIT Madras in 2021. Then, through college placements, I joined Vedanta Limited. So, for the 3 years, mostly I was in the R&D vertical. So, my role was quite technical. And in future, I wanted to go into managerial roles. And in the long term, I had a wish to get into a startup. So I thought MBA is the right direction. And I had one thing in my mind that I did not want to go outside India. And in India, when I researched about it, then ISB came out to be on the top. For someone with 3 years of experience going into, I felt that going into the 2 year MBA courses through CAT was not the right thing for me. So I decided to apply for ISB, and the first thing that is required for ISB is GMAT. So I was quite early in the process, so I thought that I'll try in the round one only. So around May, I gave my GMAT, and in the first attempt, I got a decent score, but I was not satisfied, or I wanted to increase the chances for scholarship through GMAT. So I gave it again in July, and I had a very good score, above average compared to the batch. And then came the time for essays. So there are lots and lots of consultants in the market. And when I first talked with you, also, I actually honestly told you also that why should I choose you? There are so many out there. But in most of the review, what I found different with you was that the informal connect that you give. Like even my friends are talking with other consultants at this moment also, but that's very, very formal kind of email conversations only. But with you, there was a personal touch. I found you always available on WhatsApp or over call anytime in the day. Then even in the essays, I feel that even though you helped me, but the story was mine. The authenticity was not lost. And then the essays were done in the first round only, and we prepared for the interviews in the first one or two mock. I got a lot of feedback from you. I worked on them, and the interview felt like that I was prepared for each and every question. So the interview was very casual. It was like a conversation only where we talked. Like I feel the things that are required in the ISB interview is clarity. They are looking for clarity in the candidate, that they are clear about their short term and long term goals. They are clear on the skills that they have and what are the skills they want to acquire from ISB, and what are the things that they can contribute to the cohort. So the interview was pretty straightforward. It lasted for around half an hour. And then around November, I got my admit.
And congratulations for that once again.
Thank you very much.
Tell us about, the ideas around the ISB admissions process. So were there any such things that you had in mind, and do you think differently now about those?
It was not a myth, but a feeling that when you get a consultant, you are not putting your own effort. But I found that a consultant is not someone who is going to write your essays. They are just going to help you transform your ideas into a more clear narrative. So that is one thing, that if you are hesitant on getting a consultant thinking that you should be doing it yourself, then I would say if you can get a consultant, because they will just help you in getting the best of you.
Absolutely.
Regarding ISB, as such, I don't think I had any myths that got busted.
And in terms of people who are starting off now for their R1 admissions next year, what would be some tips or suggestions that you would like to share?
I would say that ISB is a school that looks for overall profile. So if you're trying for next year's R1, this early what you can do is that whatever job profile that you have, try to build skills that will be transferable in the MBA, that will be useful post MBA. And when you're preparing for GMAT, I will say timeline of April, May is good enough for a GMAT, so that if you are not able to crack it in the one go, you can try again before the R1. And tips for GMAT, I will say that always try first when you are clear with the type of questions that are asked in the exam, the pattern of the exam. I would say try to do the practice in a timed manner in an exam mode, because that was the difference that I found in my second attempt. That the management of time was the key factor that helped me get a better score of 40.
Correct. Absolutely. And anything else? I forgot to mention that you have a great scholarship as well. So, in case you would like to share something on that.
So,
although there's no special preparation that is required for the scholarship, there's no special essay that you need to write. Evaluation of the whole process. Yes.
So I did not apply for any need-based scholarship. So this was a merit-based scholarship only, and that was quite a surprise for me. So that was a key factor for me to finally decide and go ahead with ISB. That the scholarship was a critical factor, because I had a recently, just before the interviews, I had a profile change in my current company only, and I was in the dilemma that should I give one more year to the new profile, which is pretty good. And you were very helpful in going through the dilemma that at least go for the interview, give it a try, and based on the result we can decide. And now with the scholarship, it made me decide that okay, let's do it this time. It's meant to be.
Thank you so much for your time. You've just returned from office, and I really appreciate you taking out the time for this conversation. All the best once again.